Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Marvelous. How are we? Once again, friends, my name is Quack, and I am back. I thought I would do a little live stream today. How are we then? Sorry, I've got some chewing gum in. And I shouldn't be doing that. A bit dickish. Excuse me. Oh. Hello, friends. Michael, John, Phil, Stevens, Bob, Pradeep, Dusan, Andy. Welcome, Andy. Phil, Alexander. Chewing gum in class, spit it out. Yes, it's out. Don't worry. Don't worry. I shan't be chewing down the fucking... I shan't be chewing down the phone to you. Because it's gross. I know that. How are we keeping then? Are we doing all right? I hope we are. I'm in a decent mood. I had a fucking shocker yesterday. I was having a horrible day. Do you ever have those days where just all of a sudden your mood just turns to shit? And you're like, oh, my mood's just turned to shit. I feel terrible. And then last night I had nightmares of all things. Well, dreams, but they were strange. You know? I've been thinking about people that I used to know. Do you ever do that? Don't do that. Or do that. It's up to you. But bloody hell. That can make you fucking miserable, that shit. Ifs and whats and all of that sort of crack. Yes, Boz, welcome. Boz got a sample of Kenzo Hom Intense and he likes it. Nice. Juro, welcome to you, sir. Or madam. Hope you're feeling better. I'm getting better. I am getting better. This is the good news. I'll tell you something, though. I complained bitterly about those immunosuppressants. I haven't had any for 3 weeks and I am missing them massively. Massively, I've been missing them. I'm looking forward to Monday's dose. I can tell you. I beg your pardon. Sorry for coughing. I feel a lot better. The actual place where the shingles were is still tender and a bit raw, but that's like apparently par for the course. That's normal when it's like healing. I beg your pardon. Who are we? Michael John, scent of the day, Chanel's Cuir de Russie. Ooh, I've got something to say about that. By the way, last time I went to Chanel, they seem to have taken Cuir de Russie off the sample line. Who knows? They're shocking for samples, Chanel. It's like they're playing that whole game where they don't want you to have, they're being coy. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, you can't have that. You need to spend thousands of pounds if you want that. It's like, shut up. Chanel are not the brand they used to be. They can't be behaving like that. Listening to Super Dake-Up. Sorry, I'm making all sorts of strange noises. Listening to Super Dake-Up, the quality of Chanel's goods has gone through the floor. Boz says, doing all right. Yes, I've had such mood swings. Yeah, I've been a bit moody a little bit. Ordering a perfume during mood change is a bad idea. Yes. It is a bad idea. That doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't do it. Do you like the Who, Mitch? Not massively. Bob says coffee. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. Hello, Ali boy. I've enjoyed your Angelo sample videos. Have you tried any on skin? Yes. I also have something to say about that. Somebody mentioned Cuir de Russie before, and I will come on to that. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, says Phil Stevens. Devon Cross, welcome. A new voice. Been having a few nightmares myself, honestly. Honestly, I don't recommend it because you do wake up and it doesn't make any logical sense, but like your emotional, like your actual the way you're feeling is weird. You're like it feels very real, and that's the operative word, feels. It's not real, it's dreams. All right, but it's very vivid and it's very stark. You wake up and you're like something terrible has happened, and I'm not sure what it is, but I've got this terrible sense of foreboding. That's a nice big word for you. I'm happy to finally make a live stream. Watch the last few and loved them. Well, welcome to you. I hope you are well. I hope you'll stick around. Good afternoon, Rich. Glad you're feeling a bit better. Thank you, Erin. I am. Oh, Devon's wearing Promise, a big fragrance. Knew it, says Pradeep. Edemo, says Dusan. Starbucks killed Eugene's phone. Yes. That's right. I also like Jimmy Choo Intense. Tried it today at the Perfumery. It definitely runs through your day. Yeah, it sort of sets the vibe, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You've got to quickly try and forget that shit. I put on a perfume to try and cheer myself up, and it kind of worked. Today, my scent of the day was this. Thus. Dior Homme Original. The original. The Silver Stem. That is quite outrageous. It's a brilliant fragrance. I highly recommend it if you're into fragrances. You can still get this for a lot cheaper than a lot of modern niche fragrances, which will cost you 2 and 3 times what this is. So I feel like this is worth the money still. In the context, oh my God, Micah's wearing Uncut Gem. Oh no, speaking of nightmares, has everybody seen the new Frederick Mall that's coming out? Oh, what's it called again? Something about heaven. Heaven Can Wait. Heaven Can Wait. It's named after a film or a book or some shit. Have you tried Diptyque Benjoin Bohème, Mr. Mitch? I haven't, Pradeep, but I would like to. I imagine that would feel lovely. Feel lovely? Smell lovely. I imagine that would be quite nice. But I've got to be careful with benzoin fragrances because I feel that they can become very derivative and shit and boring, I wasn't a big fan of Jai Popo Rom. I just felt it was a bit flat and it had a bit of a polish note to it, Hello, Rich. Scent of the day is Eau Très Fraîche. I didn't like my Eau Très Fraîche either. I gave my bottle to Richie J. I had a little 30ml and I gave it to Richie J. Rich, did you know there's a silver stem version without the Dior stamping on the silver stem? I think it's 2009 or 2010 version. The juice is the same. I think mine's got the Dior stamping. Yes, it does. Eau de Toilette. Made in France. This is a... Where is your batch code? It doesn't have one on the bottle. The ones I've got, I believe, have all got the writing on the stem, but I could be wrong. May have forgotten. It's a beautiful fragrance, that. It's absolutely glorious. Just bought 100ml of the silver stem, says Micah. Nice. Creator Rusi, there's no greater topics to chat about, says Bob. How many friends have I really got, says Boswellio. You reminded me of that song, Mitch. You said, I'm feeling so good right now. That's the first line. Teardrops from Heaven. Nah, that's not it. Killian, Heaven Can Wait, Extreme. It's Frederick Mall. Ciao, Dulo. I am Phil. I am Phil. I am Phil. Mine isn't stamped, says DJ. Welcome, DJ. Can't see the batch code yet. It's very hard to find, isn't it? All this talk of getting old. It's getting me down, my lord. It's a sad song, that. Has anyone tried or have Gucci Flora Gorgeous Jasmine? No. I tried it this morning at Sephora. I kind of like it. Reminds me a bit of Killian Rolling in Love. It can be written by laser near the bottom. I mean, Dior Hombach. No, I get you. I get you. It's just very hard to see. Oh, no, that's it. It says 50ml. Eau de Toilette. The 0V02 is my batch code. I found it. It actually wasn't that hard to see once I found it. Underneath the O. As in the EAU. All this talk of getting old. So it's a 2010. It's bloody good stuff. It's a fucking good fragrance, that. Anyway. All this talk of fragrances is starting to make me tired. I think you're in the wrong place if you get tired by talking about fragrances, mate. You're more than welcome to stay and talk, of course. But that is generally what I tend to talk about on the channel. In real life, I have other conversations, even though I try not to. I just generally try to talk about fragrances all the time if I can. 2010, everybody says yes. Nice toast, Dusan. Though I did say a matte cap. Noir a piece. Buy. Just buy it. You could sell it on if you don't like it. I find that the older versions of the Mars are significantly better. I must admit that I haven't smelled one yet that I didn't think was significantly better than the modern formulations. Oh, I really need to get stuck into this soon. Rose Incense by Tower. No, it's sold 225. Clean the bottle, says Kelly Lyons. I get my little power washer out. It'd be great if you get a little miniature one, wouldn't it? A little brush and stuff like that. How many Fragalanches are we going to have today? It's hard to tell at the minute, but I'm sure there will be some. Noir a piece, easily top 5 more for me, says Bob. And Joe says, lol. I think it should be clean the lens, quite misty. It's this camera. I stream on. It was a sound. There it is. I stream on my old phone. There it is. Right. I stream on my old phone, not my new one. Alright. Oh my god, that's even worse. Jesus. Give us a second. I've got some cotton buds somewhere. And I make videos on the new. Alas, the old one has been quite misty the last couple of times. That's really, really bad. Right. That is really actually very terrible. Hold on, let's have a look. I don't know which camera it is, that because there's 4 on the back, you know. There's no dirt come off it, if I'm being honest. How's that? Is that any better? I think it is, actually. Jesus. Who would have thunk it? Not me. I would have done it much earlier. I'll put the cap back on me. It's a good thing I got some cotton buds today. Oh! Fantastic. There we go. All is right. Oh, excuse me. Woof. Grime on the phone it was. Lamar, where's your cloth? That's right. Where is my cloth? Cloth is missing in action, unfortunately. Must have just been some kind of funky... Because I don't take this phone anywhere, because I don't use it anywhere. I don't use it, you know what I mean? Rich, have you worn Geranium Pour Monsieur? Not this year. It hasn't been hot enough for me. I'll always associate that fragrance with extremely hot weather. You know? What is everybody's favourite fig? Favourite fig? Probably Fecal Diamalfi. Marc Jacobs did a good one. Did a good fig, you know? Excuse me. Looks vintage. It is better, much better, yes. Anything in your radar, guys, says DJ. DJ's struggling to find new stuff to try. I've had a glorious week trying vintage minis. Nice. Our parcel is on the way. I settled on a back of bottle of Iris Sondra, if I'm being honest. I'm a big fan of Iris Sondra. So I settled on getting a vintage bottle. Velocicos is a good fig, that's true. I've also decided that me and Nikolai Parfumier do not get along. I agree. I agree completely. I don't like that shit either, if I'm being honest. Does nothing for me, that. It does absolutely nothing for me, that one. Just the whole house, I think they're massively overrated. And people just like her because she's a girl on. Santal 33 has never been good, says DJ. It's funny, I've just been talking to somebody about that. I'm so very excited, Rich, says Joe. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy you're excited. Juro, need to try, says Proddy. Eugene, I read that Jodie Comer wears it. Is Santal 33 still good in 2023? It is not. It was never good, as DJ said. Mitch is going to try a fig soon, that's right. Next week when I do my Angelos creations. My last video. And then I'll be trying some on skin, which will be... I don't know. It'll be something. Eugene 34. Slaven 33. Hello, Jura Rose. Look at Turin made Nikolai popular, says Brody, like Tower. Good point. Someone knows who invented that story about Santal 33 being the smell of New York City. Was that a magazine, says Omar? I got one whiff of New York Intense, immediately turned around. Niet. There's the duck. Hello, germs. Scent of the day is Michael for Men. Debaser by DS and Durga is another good fig, says Duchamp. Carl's Charles says, do you like Arpels Pour Homme? It's all right. I think I've sold my bottle. If I haven't, I've got it somewhere. It was okay. It was okay. I wasn't as huge on it as like some vintage fragrances that I've got. You know. I'm just going to pop to the bathroom to dehydrate. Oh, there's 40 people here and I've just dropped my microphone in the water. Oh dear. Right, stick around, I'll be back. Well, I am back. I had to go and look for something there. A tablet. As I'm feeling a little peaky. Whoops. That's not them. Oh no. Oh, there they are. They were here the whole time, were they? So I went and looked for a tablet. Picked up the ones I thought they were. Turns out they weren't. The ones that I did want were where I didn't know they were. Oh, excuse me. The chat has been busy while I've been away. Well done. Good for you. Good for you. Good for me. Let's have a look. Look at Turin made Nikolai, but someone who knows that invented that story. I got one with New York Intense. I am cabbage, says Duros. Really, Kelly? Ganymede is the smell of Dublin, says Duros. Devon Cross says, I had a couple of people sitting in my restaurant wearing Sentinel 33 and Baccarat Rouge, gave me a bit of a headache. I'm not surprised. Very headachy is that perfume. Much headachy. I had Vintage Unicorn of New York of Nikolai with blue round top. Fantastic. Grandma's perfume, though I love vintages very much. Happy days. Balenciaga Pour Homme is the smell of Newcastle. It is. It is. Ballade Sauvage is the greatest fig fragrance, says Rudy. Welcome, Rudy. I hope you are well. Klein on his org. Evening. Bobby, yeah, it happens. But I've been trying to reach for my male-leaning frags recently. Anybody have any suggestions for male-leaning frags? Good on female skin. Have you tried Vetiver by Guerlain? How about Eau Sauvage? I'm thinking of the classics. Eau Sauvage Parfum. What else? What else? L'Instant de Guerlain. You could try those Pradas, like the Prada Iris, Cedra. It is Cedra. Rudy, time for a shower, says Duchamp product. We'll have to disagree. After visiting Newcastle, doesn't smell at all of Le Leon. I agree, Dura Rose. Check out Guerlain's Vetiver, marketed for men. Herb is correct, yes. Marketed for men, but fresh and good on women too. Yes, I would agree. Did Ganymede 2 this week and I liked it more than previously, says Klein. Thanks, Herb. You know, I've never tried that one. Good call. At work, just wanted to show some love. Cheers, Fragrance Journey. Eugene is talking words I don't understand. Much love to everyone in the chat. Rich is squeezing his lemons. He is not. I was looking for a medication. Ganymede is like AI. I get the saffron giving it a Middle Eastern twist, but it's like an android, no gender. Yeah, it is very much of that futuristic robot ilk. It's got that mineralic vibe that one of those Angelos creations has got, and I just don't like that vibe. You know, doesn't matter what fragrance it's in. Like it's in Le Fin du Monde as well. You know, in there it's called a gunpowder note. It's just that it's that stony, metallic, iron kind of smell. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing, you know. Don't look down, says Boz. I had a mini schnauzer named Rudy, says Eugene. Oh. Dushan, I tried Mongolian throat singing last night. Mongolian throat singing sounds like a sex position. It does, actually. Evening all, scent of the evening is Rive Gauche Pour Homme. The scent of the day was no Gucci Nobile. Nick says he wore Rive Gauche Pour Homme through the day and Nobile at night. Best fragrances for headaches, says Eugene. Cologne Imperial by Guerlain. Invasion Bar smells great on a woman, says Jura Rose. AI is temporary just like everything else. I'm not sure that it is, you know. Are you going to talk about Creator Rousseau? We're going to keep Ganymedeing it. That's right, I do. I do need to talk. I did say I would talk about that. I'll get at the bottom of the chat and then I will. Just bought Fougère Royale and a vintage of my favourite Lily of the Valley, Muguet du Bois. I saw a Muguet du Bois for sale somewhere and I can't remember where it was. It's spring and there are showers. I'm wearing Après Lundi, says Tim Wilcox. It's a very classic girl on, isn't it? I can't believe how much of a difference fucking that cotton bud on my camera's made. Shameful, that, really. Dear me. I like the way Encre Noir for men and Santos de Cartier Concentré. Concentré is tremendous. JRO says, I love Le Fin du Monde, lol. I'm happy for you, good. There's nothing wrong with that. Please, don't let me put you off your favourite fragrances just because I don't like them. All are welcome. It's interesting. I'll say that about it. It's a bloody interest. It's the same with Ganymede. I appreciate it for the fact that it doesn't smell like everything else out there. Like, I respect it. You know what I mean? It's just not to my taste. It's just not my thing at all. But I appreciate the fact that it doesn't smell like fucking Amber Woods and fucking Ambroxan and Isoe Super and Sugar and all of that sort of crap. I like all my leathers more than Ganymede. I don't think Ganymede's a leather, is it? Dune Pour Homme for a lady is nice too. That's true. Dune Pour Homme's a really good fig as well. In fact, now that you've said that, I would say that's my favourite fig fragrance. Fabulous. I'll just put these two back because they're just sitting there like a pair of fucking spare fucking tyres. Get up there. No, fuck off. You nearly got a Fraggle lunch there, did you not? I still haven't worn Tour de Hermes. Any aldehydes in Ganymede? Has some tried Honneur de Bretagne? I ordered it, but I think it's lost in the mail. Get your money back. I love Les Legendaires Après Lundi. It is one of my favourite fragrances. Healy Jasmine OD gives me a headache. Anybody hear of The Who? A Mongolian metal band. Watched them live a couple of years ago. Pretty cool with that throat singing. No, but I have seen a lot of the throat singing channels come up. There's a bloke. Oh, what's he called? What's he fucking called? I'm subscribed to him on YouTube. What is he called? Batsurig Vanchig. Batsurai Vanchig? Something like that. The Mongolian language is crazy. Ganymede is like a mineralic mandarin suede. Yeah, it's very strange. Rich, you will never get to the bottom of the chat. I'm trying. Xeno is unisex, also nice. Baccarat gave me a headache, says Joe. Probably many people like artificial smells but hate green smells. Yikes. Anyone try Healy Salmaran? Thinking about it for the summer? Yes. I have a few samples of Salmaran. It's very, for me, it's quite dense for the highest of high heat. It's quite dense. You know? Pardon me. Rich, have you tried that ensalada yet? Devin, it's a nice, pleasant, salty sea perfume. It is nice, but I find it very rich. The note that was listed that put me off trying it was popcorn, but once smelled it, I even like that part. Yeah, the popcorn, and it's he likes to do that sort of thing. I appreciate Biche for his old fashioned. I say old fashioned, but it's like it's the lost art of contradiction, of juxtaposition, more like. That stuff made me want to vomit, very sickly. Give me fig, baby fig. I gave away note to Yuzu for nothing, really. Figo de Amalfi is a nice summer fig. Pardon me. People said Salmaran was very salty, which put me off it. Salty is a lazy way of doing aquatic. Incense and vanilla is a popular juxtaposition lately. Okay, so I did try one of those Angelos creations on my skin, and I tried the Cuir Fluorescent. It is a modern rendition of vintage Cuir de Russie. It's what vintage Cuir de Russie would smell like if you bought it brand new. Say if you bought Cuir de Russie 40 or 50 years ago, that's what it would smell like fresh. It's very Chanel-y. It's got that floral vintage leather. What do I want to say? It doesn't have, well, the civet is not particularly massive on me. That's how it's spelled, Cuir Fluorescent. It's fantastic. I think it's really good. I've got a vintage Cuir de Russie, and even I would consider a bottle of that. I sprayed that on my skin. I tried the tobacco one as well. That's quite good. I must admit, I've been impressed with the house. I've been impressed with the bloke's actual technique. They're not shit by any standards, and like you know that I've said many times, I think a lot of indie perfumers and self-taught perfumers just can't. They just can't. And I was talking to DJ today, and DJ kind of feels the same way I do, in that these people get small amounts of extremely high quality ingredients and they just throw them all in. They throw them all in to a perfume, and they make the ingredients do the legwork, and the structure isn't there. It's not as good. Just the overall technical aspect isn't there. The inspiration's there, absolutely the inspiration is there. The new ideas are there. The quality of the ingredients is usually there. They lack the finesse. And it's not necessarily through any fault of their own. You know? They just haven't had that classical training. But there's two sides to that classical training thing. You are taught how to do certain things, and you're taught to do them repeatedly, and that kind of hammers the inspiration out of you. So there's room for artisanal, indie perfume. Absolutely there is, but the technique's just not there for me. I'm going to sample it if it's in the direction of Cuir de Russie. It is. Peace Marine did a great job at the fresh aquamarine thing. Peace Marine is, for me, a modern version of Eau de Hermes. Very similar. Rich unboxing Cuir Fluorescent coming soon. Golden hues of civet. Not quite. Rich unboxing KFC is what I want to say. No, I don't like KFC. Very rarely will I ever get, like, I'll get a popcorn chicken from KFC. It's too greasy. It's too oily. It's not for me. Blasphemous. I love my artisan brand, says Kelly. That's sound. I won't say which, but there are a few indie brands that I can't quite get it right. It's heartbreaking, though, says Herb. Can't blame them too much. Their fan base has too low a standard for good, so they never improve. I want to see Richie the bucket of KFC. How can I make that video? We'll have to go to Newcastle. Ooh, it's a bit kinky, that. Some people are, get sexually excited by watching other people eat certain types of food, Boz. Anyway, I'm enjoying no sweat. A Peace Marine, if one of the very few bottles I have a backup of. Don't Roger do Great Britain from Cuir de Russie, says Pradip. I don't know. I don't intend to smell it. I can tell you right now, I'm an absolute perfume snob, says Kelly. I don't really want to say that. Motif olfactif, horrendous, says Pradeep. Whereas I smelled a few of them and I didn't take to them. You know, he's an intelligent man, Oz, as well. You know, making perfume is one of those things that I think everybody could do it a little bit, but well, I think, put it like this, many are called but few are chosen. Do you know what I mean? I feel the same way for many creative pursuits. Learn the rules and technicalities so you know how to break them properly, says Aaron. Spot on. I think the shittest I've smelled of the lot was Slumber House. Yeah, Slumber House is crap. From the ones I've smelled, they're absolutely rubbish, like. Silly prices are keeping me away from dodgy Roger Dodger, says Boz, yes. Anyone know if Healy's incense is any good? Cardinal or Eau Sacre? I've tried Cardinal and it's very nice. I just thought Lavs was better. The person to talk about incense, and I'm thinking of doing this, I'm going to try and get Fliss from Fliss Sniff Stuff. I'm going to try and get her to come on the channel, do a live stream. One day we'll talk about incense. She can guide us through top incense perfumes because she's a massive incense fan. Put it like this. My favourite incense labs I sent to her, right? And I was like, try this. It's amazing. I think it's the best incense I've ever smelled. And she was like, it's nice, but I prefer my incense as a little more hardcore. And I was like, hardcore? You don't think this is a hardcore incense? To me, this is an absolutely outrageously hardcore incense. It's a scandalous statement. What on earth? But that's what she said. You know? Who is this she? I will leave a link to her channel. I'm not going to preempt what she was pushing because that would spoil the video. But actually, on my channel, I did leave a link, which I'm going to very lazily fucking pick up right now. Share. Copy link. Right. There's the best part of 40 people in here. Go and subscribe. There it is. What was she recommending instead? Who is this she? There she is. She's one of the Les Odorants. The Les Odorants podcast. She's on there as well. You know? So that's good. Go and subscribe to Fleas. And she will tell you things about Perfume. Give me 2 minutes, for I'm going to have to revisit the bathroom. Wow. I'll be back. My G's. Oof. Well, I have returned. Who would have thunk it? A miracle. I am back from the deep. The deep? The dead. I haven't been under the water. Give me 2 minutes. Just need to do that. Yay. Oh dear. Where are we? Where are we? Let's have a look. Balenciaga Pour just killed everyone else's incense for me. Heart to top. You think Balenciaga Pour a big incense? That's interesting. Cherry is a note that hasn't been done right by too many perfumers, am I right? Guerlain does a big cherry. No, Lost Cherry is awful. Yeah, it is. It's pretty rough. It's always Delphine Jelk and her army of cherry clone makers. Not familiar with her herb. Have you tried the other Solcinelli's incense based on one called Requilia? The one with the rusted nail in the bottle. It smells like a sweaty priest. That's what it smells like. It's got a sweaty note in it. It's got this kind of strange perversion. I have tried it. I also sent that to her. Yeah. Boho Boko supposedly does a good cherry. Bad on bump. In boxing term, cherry picker means someone who's avoiding tough competition. Cherries are one of those things I love to eat but never really like the smell. Very sweet. They usually come in syrup, don't they? Fève Delicieuse. Anouge, welcome. Bobby, is it your Fève? Sweaty Priest. Not a really big incense, but just extremely well done, you know. No, I agree. I'd love to know who the perfumer was for Filippo Sorcinelli. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? That would be extremely interesting. Because all their perfumes are very well made. But welcome, Anouge. How are we? There are blokes who think Acqua di Gio Profumo is an incense fragrance. There are. There are. And they are wrong. They are very wrong to think that. It's not. It's an amberwood perfume. It's an aquatic amberwood, like Bleu de Chanel. I can't tolerate Bleu de Chanel anymore since I started smelling the amberwoods. I just really don't like it. I'm sure there's plenty of amberwood and stuff that I do like, just not them. Woof. What's the last vintage perfume sold, Anouge? Says Eugene. How about Comme des Garçons fragrances that has that mineral vibe? Not for me. I'm not a fan of that. What is Joop made of? Is it ethyl maltol? Ethyl maltol? Halston Catalyst this morning, says Anouge. Today I ordered a pair of glasses, weird ones that turn dark in the sun and colourless indoors. Oh, nice. I've got some, I can't remember what brand they are, but they use Prism. Like they've got this Prism technology thing, they call it. So, well, that's fun. Oh! I really like that as a fucking... There's a good chance I'm going to rifle through this. I should have got a backup. I might get in touch with them on Monday and say, wait, let me add a fucking backup of Unum. Oh, what a stupid little man. I wonder if Jura Rose is still here. The answer to your question, my G, is no. I have not smelled ensalada yet. Maybe the spices close make that sweaty impression for you, but I don't get any sweat to it. From it, says Juro. I sort of get some kind of... It's not it's not cumin sweaty. It's not that kind of sweaty, but there is sweat there. There is something slightly off, like something excited, something a little... Somebody has sweated and then it's dried on them, then they've sweated again. You know? It's got that kind of... weird. Kenzo Home Intense is a very nice aquatic fragrance with fig in it, says Klein. Says Boz. To my nose, it's just Beach Node Amber Woods. Beach Mode Woods, says Klein. Nice and aquatic rarely goes together for me. You gotta wait. Loveliness starts after about 20 to 30 minutes. That stinging off sweat. Yeah. I use it as a toilet refreshener. Ganymede has a suede note. I've got it up here, man. It's right here, look. There it is. Look. There it is. Right on top of my little... Right on top of my little hoo jar. I'm not putting it on and I refuse to spray it either because it'll be here for fucking days. I'll go outside. I've got a balcony door in my house. You know, I could go outside and spray it, but I'm not spraying it indoors because that shit is fucking potent. Po motherfucking tent. Double fried sweat sounds delightful. Trust me, Giro, this is nice, but you gotta wait till it dries down completely. It's a long time, isn't it? Don't you think? Oh, bollocks. Quentin Biche, yes. Not popular with you, Klein. Kidarusi brings about the best in sweat, in my opinion. Bob, you should try these Angelos creations. I'm not sure if he ships to Hawaii, like, but... Whoops. Pardon me. Do I need a backup bottle of Flavs? I do truly believe that if you find something you love, you should back it up, because inevitably it will change at some point. Oh no. I dropped a receipt on the floor. Ooh. Do you want to know what else I got that's quite fun? I got this. Claire Smurfy Girlie sent me it. It is a sample of her perfume, Hush Hush. I have smelled it and I have thoughts. I don't know that I'm going to share them on the channel though. I'll just talk about it in private. Made by Sarah McCartney, not Stella McCartney, as I'm always dying to say. Yeah, I'm conflicted because she's a mate. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I should be. I don't know if I should be doing that. But there are samples. She's doing a pre-order thing as well. And Claire's got a tremendous nose. Me and Eugene have talked about this before. Claire's releasing a perfume, should be good. Quite rate her nose, says Nick. Yes, she's got a good nose. There's a violet note in this, and I don't like violet. That's what I've got the and there's a couple of there's an Angelos creation that's got a massive violet note in it that I don't like as well. The blurb says, Smurfy Girlie Claire Sprigmore's private perfume, a secret 1920s party, iris, violet and musk, a paper cigarette packet with a hint of silk stocking and rose petals. Do not drink, ever. Ooh, I'm glad it reminded us of that. Oops, that's upside down. Rich, can I ask, are these Angelos dabbers or sprays, as they're only 30ml? Good, I have no idea, mate. Good evening, Manly Sense. I think they're sprays, the 30ml. It would probably be better to ask DJ. I'd love to find a good masculine violet. Fahrenheit. That's more of a violet leaf. I don't like violet. I just don't. This is not the most offensive violet I've ever smelled. And that's not all that it is. It's not just like a big fuck off violet perfume. It's not. There's violet at the top. Like, I don't know if she's selling samples or whether she's just like sending them out. The Angelos bottles look like tiny Dior Homme bottles, quite like the style. Better than just square bottles. Silk stockings. There's a hint of silk stocking. I've bought Hush Hush. Will be interesting to smell. Well, today I did a Creed sampling round. Nothing was really to my liking, says Boz. They're sprayers, says DJ. Oh. Is that the EDP or EDT she sent you, Rich? It is the EDT. It's the Eau de Toilette. It is the Eau de Toilette. Can you see? I don't know that you can see. There it is. Shite. Fucking focus, you bitch, you. There it is. Thank God. She has come out with both concentrations. It's well made. If you leave behind preconceived notions, Mercedes-Benz Intense is a surprisingly good violet freshie. She has come out with both concentrations, that is correct. Millicim Imperial meh, Bois de Portugal not my cup of tea, Himalaya meh, Aralfa so-so, not bad, but nothing special. I am not going to say, but I am up to something behind the scenes, my friends. I am doing an absolute fucking madness. And I have a friend who is doing something amazing for me. It's nobody you know. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. But I'm up to something. And it's gonna be a big one if it comes off. It's gonna be a very big one if it comes off. And I can tell you the person I'm buying from is an absolute hero. Xenia Florentine Iris has a big vibe. Yes, and I do actually like that. Xenia Florentine Iris, I do actually like that, actually. Both concentrations as in aftershave and cologne, says Manly Sense. Vintage, I am intrigued, says Joe. Breaking news. I shall not be breaking the news. Girl on Chiadarussi, says Pradeep. No. What on earth are you talking about, says Bosvaldo. Well, I'm doing something, and it will all become clear, but I don't want to talk about it before I've done it, because I don't want to curse it. You know what I mean? I don't want to tempt fate or anything like that. We will see. Galen says, just tuned in. The first sentence I hear, it's going to be a big one if it comes off. You've just tuned in, have you? You're not a very good friend. He's just tuned in after an hour. He's bringing Jacques Guerlain back from the dead for their live stream. Rich Mitch Fragrance by Peter. That's already happened. Don't jinx it. I'll be doing a review and talking about that fragrance when autumn and winter comes around again. Fucking Danny raves about Bois de Portugal as if it was Mitsuko. I love it, actually. I really do. Full transparency, please, says Bob. There will be. There will be. Yeah, he's talking about Mr. Smiley. Yes, boss. There will be full transparency, just not now. Joe says, lick the stream. If you are into licking streams, this is a stream. And I recommend that you lick it. Well, I recommend that you lick it. I would appreciate if you licked it. You got a contact at Osmotech to siphon off early 1900s Guerlains. I wish. This is going to cost some money. I won't lie to you. This was going to cost some money. I'm not going to lie. Nick N. I'm glad your parcel has arrived. Thank God. Are you enjoying it? I was actually going to email you to see if it had come. Put the subscribe button to bed. says Herb. Even Pradeep has been stumped. Nobody knows. Well, some people know. I've told a couple of people, but until I've got it in my possession, I don't want to say anything. The guy who's selling it's been. I assume it's a guy. The person selling it to me has been amazing with us. Absolutely amazing. And they didn't have to be. Not tested it yet. I'm away from home. I've got a dry mouth. Why have I got a dry mouth? I'm sorry, friends. I will not be taking bets on what it is. I will not be speculating. See you later, Buzz. I shall not be hinting. I shall not be wanting to curse it. I shall not be doing anything. But yes, it's looking good. What about song requests, says Nick? What about song requests, eh? Amazing. What am I doing? What am I doing? I hope it's an insured parcel. I hope it's an insured parcel. Don't cut jam such a lazy jam. A bottle of Creed worn by the Duke of Normandy at the Battle of Hastings. I did wear the Malto Smalto that you sent me. Utterly spectacular. Are you a fan? Are you a fan of the Malto Smalto? I might sell a bottle of that as well. I've got about 3 or 4, like. It's very nice. It's got a mass. It's like an Italian version of oh my god! It's an Italian version of Gucci Pour Homme of Rive Gauche Pour Homme. I am, says Nick, and we'll have a think about it. I'll have a look at how many I've got and how full they are and all of that sort of thing. How nice of the bloke to share a scent of the day before going to war. Right. I was reading somewhere that Henry V died of a heat stroke after wearing a full suit of armour on one of the hottest days in the century. And that's what killed him, apparently. Died of a mysterious illness. They reckon it was heat stroke because he was wearing a fucking metal suit. Basically fucking microwaved himself, the prat. Richard of York gave battle in vain. And they found him in a car park in Leicester, that's right. Richard the Twat. Killed the children. Could have been Henry VII that killed the children. Could have been a lot of people that killed the children, but it was probably Richard III. You know what I mean? Oh dear, pardon me. What a day. Anyone watched the Kenneth Branagh movie about Henry V? It was Creed that killed the children, says Herb. Oh no. There'll be a cent for that. There will be a cent for that. There's many people have done a Henry V. Brian Blessed's in it, isn't he? The Kenneth Branagh one. I like Mark Rylance as Richard II. I think it's fantastic. Anuj and I have spilled your beans, says Bob. You have not. Huge lavender, that. Oh, it is a huge lavender, malto smalto. Absolutely, it's a huge lavender. Hello, Rachel. Rachel, how are you? Yes, it's a lovely Italian amber fougere type thing. Duck Live, that's right. I've started about an hour earlier today. I will finish an hour earlier as well. Just wanting to get an early night again. I've been asleep. I've been doing a lot of sleep. I'm missing my immunosuppressants. Oh, I might wear this again tomorrow. Fabulous. Hello, Paolo Gomez. How are you, my G? The voice of Brian Blessed. I've got a Brian Blessed video in my shorts. In my shorts. Long time, Paolo. We all want the duck to stay well. Yes. On Monday, I start my immunosuppressants again, thank God. Never thought I'd say that, but I do. Does the doctor prescribe any kind of diet for your joints? Just curious, he doesn't. Does the... long time rich. Scent of the Night is Sophia by Ditale. Detail? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Just think a week today there will be a coronation. The King of the English will be coronated. Doesn't feel like fucking 9, 5, 6, 7, 8 months since she died. Weird. So weird. Roberto De Capucci by Capucci EDT. Thoughts? Pass. Don't know that I've got it. Do you get to put some topical medicine to ease discomfort? No. Queens are better than kings, to be honest, says Herb. Joint tissues are a result of high uric acid levels or too many foods that cause inflammation in the body, says Kratos. Oh wow, after Ram made a video, I got Audrey Capucci and I love it so much. Is it this? This is the only Capucci that I own apart from Punjab. Ah, fuck off. It's this. Capucci Porum, so it's not. Yeah, it's on that man of masses. Have you seen his sausage fingers? He's got sausage fingers, like proper sausages. Like he's obviously got some kind of like ailment to do with his hands, you know. But a lot of the royals are riddled with fucking genetic illnesses, aren't they? I don't know where that other bottle of whatever it was has gone. Let's have a look. Tino Cosma, I need to wear that. And Noosh has sent me a vintage Tino Cosma for nothing. I still need to pay a Noosh. I'll be doing that after I have got something sorted in the next week or so. This. Oh, who was talking about Fragalanches earlier? You've cursed us. You have cursed me. Cursed me to a life of Fragalanche. Damn it. Oh well, sod it. Everything's back now. Let's have a look, shall we? Where is everything gonna go? I'm gonna sit down for this one. Oh no, says everyone. Big Fragalanche that was was a big one. It's this Vetiver by Givenchy. It's nice, this. It's very reminiscent of the Guerlain Vetiver though, I must admit. I'm going to give this to Richie J, I think. I just can't be arsed with it. Grand Soir. Shite. I need to clear some room, like. Pavarotti. I need to use you up. I've got a feeling that the remainder of that Pavarotti might go this year. I might just overspray it accidentally on purpose. Have you tried Carvan's leather? I have, actually. Can't wait for my Perfume d'Empires to come, says DJ. Which one's he getting? I don't think Capucci Pour Homme is that close to Armani APH. I think Capucci is also a bit shite, to be honest. Joe, which one is the best here? Fleur de Peau, Rose Nuit, or Acuri? Have you tried? I have tried the Carvan leather. Vetiver, I beg your pardon. I think it's quite nice. Oh, God. That's half my problem, that picking shit up by the fucking cap. Idiot. Twit. Oh God, there's so much. Like I don't know that all of these are going to fit, to be honest. I may have just restacked these better than I had them stacked before. We will see when we close the fucking cupboard, won't we? What's everyone saying? I think your bottles in the back are getting jealous and want to be seen up front. They will do in a month or so's time. Need to get through May, and then we will be moving on to the summer fragrances, which are behind the spring fragrances. Why that Mizone Uomo is there, I've no idea. That is not a spring and summer fragrance. That should be in my autumn and winter rotation, because that's what it is. I still need to try deep vintage tall bottle Capucci Pour Homme from the 60s, 70s, though maybe that's better. I'm still on the fence with Dior's. Found a bottle, but they want 600 quid. Yikes. I found a bottle of Dior Vetiver, but it's the CD logo, not the... It's the joined up CD logo, not the separate one. So I don't really want it. Herb says, I've grown sick and tired of Cremeresque. The bit of citrus in the opening of Homme de Grès reminds me of a bit of Capucci. My mom wears Magritte. Well, Homme de Grès is a Gerard Anthony, and it's absolutely fantastic. I've got these from a Nouge. Oh, it really does have that better citrus at the top. It's fabulous. It's got a very smoky oak moss dry down though. It'd be a great signature scent, this. If you're into like vintage Italian style perfumes, you know. Saw a video of Gerard Anthony recently. He's looking old. Dear me. She puts the ma in Margrif. Oh, did everybody say what their scent of the day is? I don't know what the weather's meant to be like tomorrow. It's a bank holiday here. We've got 3 bank holidays this month. I don't know if you're aware of that. Does anyone have any thoughts on Lorenzo Villarese? I've liked most of the stuff I've smelled from them so far, I must admit. What? Soft Mauboussin Histoire d'eau, says Kelly. I've got Incensi by Villarese. I've got Patchouli and Sandalo by Villarese. You know? Nick, it's very Mitsuko or Y by YSL for women. Unisex. Then again, I love Shooter and I have a lot of frags marketed towards women. Jacob appears to be lamenting the end of luxury. Oh no. Flavor Sauce, welcome. Scent of the day. Testing of Antace and Paco Rabanne Lanouille before I sell them. Lanouille is a backup and I need space. I need space. It's absolutely exceptional, Nick. Some days it's best to choose the best. If Dior Homme is for men, then Margrif is definitely masculine, says Paolo. I wore Dior Homme today. I wore the silver stem version. It's a great fragrance. It's a great fragrance, well made. I love it. I like the 2011 version as well, but it's not as intricate and all around good as the original, to be honest. It smells very polgy. Etro Sandalo is fantastic. Is Santal Majuscule still good? Santal Majuscule is still good, if I remember correctly. We haven't heard from Audrey Jane. Audrey Jane might be on the Dake Up stream, actually. Yeah, consider a Mitsuko as an easy wear for me. I'll have to be trying out Margrif. Santal Majuscule's tremendous. Got a horrible taste in my mouth. I wonder what's going on here. If I had to pinpoint, I'd say that Acqua di Gio was the final nail in the coffin of Italian perfumery. Ooh! What were the previous nails? If that was the final nail, in the coffin, what were the preceding nails? It's an interesting one. Philia Boots says it's Rishi Mishi, the Prime Minister of Perfumes. Greetings, and you are wearing French Lover. I might wear French Lover tomorrow. I don't know. This is what I like having. This is one of the massive upsides of having a massive collection. You get to like sit and think, ooh, what shall I wear tomorrow? Light blue. When was Light Blue released? That was after Acqua di Gio, surely. New Discovery Grand Amour, Bionic Goutal, very elegant, classic and chic. Flavor Sauce says, I've been waiting for Antace to grow on me, but it's just not for me. I'm a woman. It's got that Chanel. I think it smells like a hairy man. You know? I genuinely think it smells like a hairy man. It's got that sort of thing going on, hasn't it? Hairy men are the best, says Kelly. Hairy bears, hairy men. Give me a minute. I will dehydrate and I'll be right back with you. Oh, I am back. Where I had the shingles is actually being extremely tender at the minute, so that can only mean one thing. I need to take some tablets. I also need to take some Sudocrem and put that on my tit, which is where my shingles were. I do not recommend the old shingle those to you, friends. Tender loving shingles. Yikes. Just don't get it. You know when Musk's Kublai Khan is MKK. I've gone completely off on taste, and I used to love this stuff. Terrible when that happens, isn't it? Light blue and nail in the coffin, go on. Don't find on taste in the least bit appropriate for a woman. Too rugged, says Nick. I'm not trying to think of a better animalics for women. MKK. Did your mum not stick you around kids with chicken pox when you were a child? No, I've had chicken pox. That's why I've got shingles and not chicken pox. The reason I got it is because I'm on immunosuppressants, and I'm on 2 immunosuppressants. And the week before I got the shingles, I got a chest infection, and you get shingles when you run down and your immune system's compromised. It's very common with people whose immune systems are fucked. So I was always going to get it at some point. It's just it happened to us after I got yeah, you can't have shingles. That's right, Paolo. You can't have shingles if you've never had chicken pox. That's right. Flavor Sauce says, I'm sure there's a woman out there that can rock it, just not me. Early to mid-90s, Italian designers were lazy as hell, endlessly copying Dolce & Gabbana pour rum. Oh God, double whammy. It's just one of those things. It's just life. Could be so much worse. It could be so much worse, touch wood. You know? I feel extremely fortunate. You know, there are many reasons to feel grateful. And practicing gratitude is one of those things that they teach you in these sort of, I mean, it sounds cheesy and new age and stuff like that, but it fucking works, you know. Just be fucking grateful that you don't live in some fucking hellhole somewhere. You know what I mean? Like you'd be grateful for what you've got, not fucking envious of what you don't. Oh, Paulo Gomez. Paulo Picasso and Rocha's Femme. Can't stop. I love Femme. This is flavour sauce. I love Femme. I've got about 3-4 bottles of Femme. I've got different versions of Femme. I should do a video like I did on Girl on Vetive. I still get comments and stuff on that video. People really appreciate it, like, you know. People really appreciated the Eau Sauvage comparisons as well. I found loads of the vintage Eau Sauvages on eBay, you know. Ever since I bought them, they've just been popping up left, right, and centre. Like, I've been picking them up. There's a guy who's got one at the minute, who I bought my sealed 100ml off, and oh, that Sudocreme stinging. He's got a 50ml up there now. I thought, ooh, I might have that. Paloma was never for me, sacrilege though it is to say, says Herb. Cabochel, another stunner. That sort of workshop that Eugene would attend, that's who would teach that. It's the type of thing Eugene would set up. Eugene would be like sitting there in the middle, you know, with his like legs crossed and stuff. Richie kindly sent me a sample of Femme. Don't suppose you remember which version it was? I do. Thank you for asking. It's the one in the Tower bottle. I think it's 1980s. Sorry there, I just had a bit of a coughing fit. Oh, I'm glad I got to mute that before I got that out. Bloody hell. Woof. I'm back now, Carlo, don't worry. I'd like very much would like to find a bottle of it. If I find one, I'll send you the thingy of it. If I ever send one, I'll remember you. If I ever want to sell one, I beg your pardon. I've got a little Femme extra, but not into it. I'm a Perur guy. What can I say? I have got a couple of Femme extras. Oh, fuck me. That stuff is fucking... I feel like that stuff's too good for me to wear. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem with a lot of perfumes. I feel like, oh, fucking hell, I can't pull that off. You know what I mean? Or if I want to pull it off, I should be tarting this shit up. You know what I mean? I'd love to try original Femme. Cresp version was cumin overload. I've got a couple of pre-cresp vibes ones. They're much more clove and biscuity, you know. Furball says manly sense. Yeah, basically, mate. I don't want to be sharing that shit on fucking YouTube because it's gross. Opium, on the other hand, is very wearable. Yes. I find opiums I think if you contextualize it in 2003, vintage opium, right? And I mean anything that was released before basically 2005, before they went into, I don't know who makes their fragrances now, but fuck them, L'Oreal's fragrances. But if you go back the Gucci era, the Sanofi era, the Parfums Corps, the fucking Charles of the Ritz, you can wear that like an amber fragrance. If it's in 2023 context, you could easily get away with wearing that now. You know, maybe he's around some older ladies who are like in their 50s, 60s, 70s, who were around the first time around, you know, and they'll go, fuck no, you smell like a woman. Like, apart from that, you could easily pull it off, I think. Cheers, Rich, no problem. I'd love to try original fam. Yeah, I've got the original, sort of original, before the crisp version. Are you still in that Oris tattoo in frame? Is it ISOE Super and Iris? I just fucking, I could let this go, you know. It is essentially ISOE Super and Iris. Yeah. It's nice. It smells great. Like, if you just wanted an iris fragrance to just take you through the day, is it worth 180, 150, 200 quid? No, 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 no. Just no. Hello, Natalia. Welcome. How are you? I mean, it's nice. It smells like a really high-end soap, including like the water you washed your hands with, or that you were in the shower with. It's even got that watery kind of. It's not aquatic. It's not that kind of water. It just smells like the whole experience. In the boot of Nigel Groom, Perfume, he said that Chanel No. 5 or Père Shalimar, L'air du Temps and Joy are the best perfumes ever created at the time of writing the book. Not sure how old my opium is. It's a tall one with not as many vines embossed on the glass. Have a look on the bottom. Like, who made it? Was it Sanofi? It sounds like either a Sanofi or a Gucci, so you'll be fine. As long as it's not in them fucking square bottles. I like Rudnitska. I like all Rudnitskas except Ocean Rain, which is dead hippie girl on a beach wearing holding a bouquet. Oh. Poor cow. I'm very well, thanks. I see you are also very well. It's a really long life. Yes, I'm getting back to my usual standard. Like, there was a time I tried to do a live last week or the week before, whenever it was, because I was bored as all fuck. I literally couldn't get to an hour. And Taffy, bless her, was telling us to fucking to stop and go to bed, and she was right. You know? And she was right. Rudnitska's proudest creation is Diarella. I mean, it's a big fucking statement, that. Yeah, Pablo has got a channel, or he had a channel. Do you still? I'll leave a link to Pablo's channel in the chat. Hold up. Hold up. Richard is written in the Roger Dove book. Ah, Roger Dove, eh? Well, Roger Dove does say a lot of things. Rudnitska worked on Cristal, another factoid, says Herb. I was already subbed. Well, there are other people who aren't, and maybe they would like to. Lately, I'm on an Elicia Extra Noir kick. I don't know what that is. I got your parcel, by the way, Natalie. I don't know if I told you. Oh, sugar. Oh. What a day. Oh. I'm getting tired again now, I must admit. We'll get to 2 hours, no problem. But I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. It's just starting to get dark here. You know? Fuck. Oh, honestly, Natalia, the queer was immense. Thank you very much. You are too kind. Something that Fragcom has shown me. As much as I rage against the people that I don't like in it, the people that are fucking good in the community are fucking amazing. It restores your faith in humanity. And Natalia is one of those. Rachel. All these good people. There are lots of good people in the community. We're a very sharing and caring bunch. Rage against the Fragransheen. Fragransheen sounds like a perfume, doesn't it? We got a fragrant Care Bears. I went to Thierry Mugler exhibit at Brooklyn Museum yesterday and it was incredible. The 2 rooms dedicated to perfumes and even could smell a bunch. Highly recommend if you're in the New York area, says Flavor Source. Outrageous. I would go to that. But alas, I am absolutely nowhere near the New York area. Not even close. I love you too, Natalia. Purple Oris feeling. There is an Oris feeling amongst us. I really like that Melt My Heart. Like, it hasn't been playing on my mind like some perfumes do when you've got to buy them. But I think about it now and then. Not for fucking 700 quid for a bottle, I don't know. Some fuckers out there will be getting free ones. You loved Queer Impertinent the most, did you? Richie G really liked Queer Impertinent. Richie G's on holiday. He's gone to Scotland. Partaking of haggis. And buying cassettes. Yeah. Queer Impertinent was quite good. It had that licorice. It was a licorice leather, wasn't it? It was weird. Amen's still their best fragrance. I mean, fucking... Scotland is lovely besides the weather. You can't have Scotland without the weather. I had a vegetarian haggis once, says Herb. It's actually just Scottish risotto. Yeah. Haggis terrifies me. There's no way. There's just no way. Anise and leather and tobacco, says Flavor Sauce. Tasty. I smelled the tobacco the other day and it was very tobacco-ish. Could have been the Angelos tobacco. It was quite nice. It's quite nice. I've been quite impressed with our house, to be honest. Jesus, Manley says, I really liked haggis. Yikes. It's not a telephone pole, it's a cable. Up the cable. Can you toss me cable for me? Oh, there's no fucking way. I've only tried Houndstooth Diarella and it's amazing. Wouldn't consider blind buying any other version. But a 10ml splash. Try and look out for those from a reliable seller. I wonder if Anuja's got any. Anuja, are you still listening? Do you have any? Oh. I've got this chlorhexidine mouthwash. And I used it there when I went to the bathroom. you with a foul taste in your mouth. I don't recommend it. I mean, I do recommend it if you want to clean your mouth, like, but yuck. Please, you have to make one episode with that accent on. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. The Scots live too nearby. They'd come and get us. You've been taking a fucking piss. Have any of what, sorry? Is it... What was it? Houndstooth Diarella. Have you got any vintage Diarella? The wall's been broken for a long while now. I know I took Duraros there, and as soon as we got there, it started raining, and as soon as we left, it stopped. Penhaligons. What's Ian McAvoy's accent? Scots are good people, they are. I enjoy my sartorial. I'd like to wear it more often. Oh, I nearly just dropped it though. That wasn't very good. Vintage Diarella? Yes. Do you have the Houndstooth? Herb says if they go independent, I want them to take Newcastle with them. They're not going independent. It's not happening. The SNP are falling up their own arses at the minute. They're in serious trouble. Them, like, fucking Sturgeon's house got raided because of her husband, and she might be getting arrested. Dodgy financial mismanagement. Ladies, I've tried Musk Palace today. It's rather lovely. I just searched haggis and I can't unsee it. I wouldn't have done that if I were you. I nearly bought Penhaligons Lord George today, but even at £150, I think it's too pricey. It's funny how quick the SNP stands went quiet. Oh, Danuge? Anuge does have the vintage Houndstooth Diarella. I might want some of that. Everybody's saying it's amazing. Has it got big jasmine in it? What versions have you got, Anuj? Portraits is Penhaligons' new bloodline. Yeah, they're doing a... I saw there's a channel called Kirby Allen, and he's like a gentleman type channel, you know, where they go around like dressing all sartorially and acting like fucking gentlemen, even though they're just some fucking nerd from like the Midwest or something like that in America. And he went to Penhaligons for his own perfume made, and he met the perfumer. They've got an in-house perfumer now. It's a lady whose name I can't fucking remember for the life of us. But if you go and watch that, it's worth it. Oh, sartorial's so nice. It really is. Ah, fleece. This is fleece. Those pointy but beautiful sartorial shoes will, over the years, take your feet back out and shoot them. I never smelled a Penhaligons. That wasn't good, says Manly Sense. Really? Hello, JP Music. Pound to bone. Fliss says that she would love that. Perfect. I'm also trying to get the Les Odorants and Eugene into the same room at the same time so they can go on Eugene's channel and talk about perfumes. So that'll be nice. I've just put some of my 10mm Houndstooth Diarella. Gorgeous, says Joe. Joe, hold that thought. I'll speak to Anuj about a vintage Houndstooth Diarella. What is your concentration? EDT, EDP. Those pointy but people. Oh, sorry, I've read that. Hello, Ponterborn. Sent of the day sample of L'Artisan Vetiver Écarlate. What do you think of the note of rhubarb? I like the note of rhubarb, but I don't think I could eat a whole one. I don't think I'd ever need a full bottle of a rhubarb perfume. I liked Rhubarb Écarlate by Hermes, but not to the point of one, even though it's an EDC, I didn't want a full bottle. It's EDT, says Joe. Well, then we will see about getting you an EDT, if you want one. I know you're not a fan, but could you recommend something similar to Dior Homme 2020 that is woody, slightly musky, slightly bright, not sweet shower gel-like with better performance, says Jordan. Bloody hell. He doesn't fuck about. If there's anyone in the chat who is more, because that's the type of thing I stay away from. So it's actually quite difficult for me to do that. Something woody, musky, bright, sweet, not sweet or shower gel-like, which is basically everything now, isn't it? Ganymede, Pradeep says. Have you tried Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barwow? It's Marc-Antoine Barwow. I don't know where you are in the world, Jordan. Are you in England, Britain? Because you can get samples from Les Santas in London. You can get the little sample set. So that's actually a very good shout, Pradeep. You get a bespoke girl on by Thierry and Delphine for 30k. I'd pay 30k for her not to make me a perfume. I listen to Fliss for hours. Her voice is soothing, says Natalia. It is. If you like Halfetti, I don't like you. I'm sorry, says DJ. Harsh. Diarella has a melon. How close is it to Parfum de Terrace? I don't know. I don't know Parfum de Terrace. What do you think of Ombre Leather Parfum? Not for me. I prefer the Eau de Parfum. Trumpet is a house I need to explore. One of the few I've left yet to try. I live right near you in the northeast. Outrageous. Les Santas, mate. Les, L-E-S, S-E-N-T-E-U-R-S. Les Santas, Marc-Antoine Barwow. They've got... they have got samples of Ganymede. I can send you my sample. My email address is in the description now. Not sure how good of an idea that is. God, there's a lot of Geordie frag heads there. We are of discerning taste. We should all meet up one day. That'll be fun. The problem is I can't commit to any kind of date in the future because I might just be feeling like absolute death. One of the few left I've yet to try is Ganymede, to be honest. Tried Bois Imperial. I'm not a fan. Too green for me, so I just assumed Ganymede would be a no-go, to be fair. It's very metallic, mate. It's very metallic, mate. It's not that kind of... I don't think it's green. Green is not the word I'd use to describe. That said, I'm into vintages, aren't I? So fucking green is... green is kind of like where I'm... Oh, he's from Borough. I used to live in Eaglescliffe. Outrageous. I used to live in Eaglescliff down there when I was like fucking between the ages of 2 and 5. Do you know what I mean? I went to Butts Lane. Butts Lane. Butts Lane fucking school. That's a stupid name for a school, Butts Lane. Where you going? Up Butts Lane? Jesus Christ. You, Chris EDT, is my favourite trumper, and saying my favourite trumper still sounds wrong. Huh? Jordan, you might be an Uncut Gem fan. Ooh. You call that north, says Herb. Sacrilege. It's on my list. I have to find. I've tried Deorescence. Oh. Smells like space rocks and sweat, does Ganymede. Yeah, it does smell like the fucking, like a robot. You know what I mean? It smells like the inner workings of a robot, like a robot's crotch. You know? Seeing the Uncut Gem seeing the Uncut Gem review from Rich. Not sure we're allowed to speak of that frag in here after that. It's a fucking 4-letter word. Jordan, I'm from Norton, just down the road, says Stephen Tampton. Although all been lurking like a creep for an hour or so, says Stephen. And do you have houndstooth Diarella? If it is, I'm heading to your site. Kelly, I think he does. Smells like a server farm. Ganymede moves units like Uncut Gem. Ganymede smells like the brightest light reflecting on a spaceship, says JP. Outrageous. Fliss says she would love to come on the channel. And she has so many, it is her dream note. So we will do an incense live stream with Fleece from Les Odorants. Do you all subscribe to the Les Odorants? Do you listen to Les Odorants? It comes out once every 2 weeks. I intend to try and change that, get them to make it once every week. I can't be waiting a week. I can't be waiting 2 weeks. You know what I mean? What is this? Oh yeah, love Fliss. Love incense, says Joe. So far, got Uncut Gem and Ganymede to check out. Their nice one. No problem, Jordan. Always listen to Les Odorants immediately. They've got a YouTube channel you can listen to it on, or you can listen to it on sound. What's it called? Spotify. And I don't know what the Apple one is, but because fuck Apple. They're weird. Love Les Odorants, and Fliss is my fave. Should be every day. Yes, it should. Les Odorants are a good listen. It's for people who actually enjoy perfumes. Talking about perfumes that aren't totally shit. Will you join Les Odorants for an episode, says JP? I don't know. Maybe. I subscribe to Les Odorants' Patreon and are feverishly waiting for their first bits of content there. Benji. Love me some Brian. Who's Brian? Where's Brian? Is Brian here? Hello, Brian. Follow them on Spotify, says Natalia. Don't call him Brian. Oh, God, yes, right, I've got you. Yes, it's just all come hurtling back to us. Yes, it's just come hurtling back to us. There's an in-joke there. You should invite Brian on here. I could have them all on, but I'm not a very good host. I don't feel like I'm a very good host. Like usually you'll say that like when I'm on my channel, I'm usually on my own, unless I'm like with Jura Rose. But I feel like Eugene's like got the art of being a host down, you know. So So I imagine there, and plus he gets like 100 people watching, you know. So that would be better exposure for them as. But like one-on-one, I could have each of them on one-on-one. Like being a host for like 4 other people at the same time, I'd be like, whoa. For a stream like you did with Jura. Yeah. Wearing Hoang Club today, you're spot on your description. A dark rose type of scent. Yeah, it's beautiful, I think. It's gorgeous. I would do one-on-ones. I don't know, I feel like this in real life. If I'm out, I don't like going out with a group of people. I like going out with like one other person. Even 2 other people, I end up just sort of like shelling up a bit, you know. So Fliss has agreed to come on. So for me, that's now a blood oath. Unlucky. So we'll have her on to talk about incense. And we'll get her to do like, not a top 10 incenses, but just like some suggestions and stuff, you know. She got me smelling Encens Flamboyant. By, what they're called? Encens Flamboyant by Anna Gutal, and I was quite impressed. You and JJ should do a stream. I'm not going to lie to you, JJ is not my favourite person at the minute. After that stream we did, I saw clips of it with him and Mr. Smelly where they basically slammed Ramsey for 2 hours. Didn't enjoy that. I lost a bit of respect for him. I won't lie. But if I've got something to say, I'm going to say it to him. I'll say that to him rather than about him and stuff like that. I don't want to get into that, to be honest with you. Like I was genuinely unimpressed by that. You and Jura are great on streams, thank you. That's because we're just like mates and we'll just basically talk about what we usually talk about. But we'll talk about what we usually talk about. But just on stream, you know what I mean? It's just the same thing. The intimate experience is Herb. Oi. The odorance makes me wish I was British so I could say cunty all the time. There's a lot of cuntiness going on there. What's Michael Harness saying? I done something to say you don't acknowledge my hellos or my questions to you on YouTube. I hope not. What's this, Michael Harness? What's this? No. Hello. Not at all. What's going on? Has somebody blocked Michael Harness? Michael, are you here? Speak. I'm not going to get into the JJ thing because I've got something to say to him, not about him. With the exception of Intense and a Hom, I saw that Jordan asked a question that I was looking at answering. Jacob and Rich was a fun one. Yeah, Jacob's a genius. With Dior Home 2020, do you think because Demarchi left and it was one of his last for Dior, we're not going to get an EDP of it then? I think they should quietly discontinue that fragrance. I really do not like that stuff. I wouldn't have thought, unless it's a big seller, I wouldn't have thought you'll get an EDP of that. And I'd be surprised if it was a big seller. Perfume and the original are non-existent in North America. Also, as well, with the JJ thing, I'll do it in public. I'm not going to have it in some backdoor fucking I'm not going to have it in some backdoor fucking, like, quiet email exchange or something like that. What he did was very public. And it was definitely about Ramsey. It was not good. What the hell do they want from the Rams except his love to the 1940s? Evening, Rich. Hello, floating man. Kratos says, I never liked people talking behind my back. It's been decades I confronted someone who did, and lol, as usual, when I asked in a manly way, do you have a problem? They said nothing and shut right up. Taking offence to a different opinion, never seen that from JJ, but sort of expected from Smelly, to be honest, says Nick. Was probably done now, it's not surprising though. Oh well, carry on. Scored a classy Durham. Scored a Durham 2008 yesterday, not bad at all, very refined and classy. I don't know where Michael Harness is. I haven't seen Michael Harness, but he sent us an email saying like you haven't like responded to us or anything like that. I haven't seen him, so good for you, Rich, speaking to him directly. You are a class access flavour source. And it'll be public as well, so everybody else can see it. Shine a light on shit like that. Because it's not the first time. Not the first time at all that he's had a go at Ramsey. And then he made a massive apology. Oh, Michael, hello. Michael, mate, I didn't see you. It's as simple as that. Sorry, mate. But no, the JJ thing, just quickly, he made a massive fucking apology to Ramsey and then took it back. This was a while ago. Took it back. So there's history there. But what he did a couple of weeks ago, because it was just sent like clips of it and stuff like that. Oy. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great look for JJ either. You know what I mean? The EDT is as rare as hen's teeth, Bobby, so I was chuffed to bits to get it. Asthmatic fever, says Phil. I feel like I've got an asthmatic fever coming on. I've gone for 2 hours and a bit now. I don't particularly want to end on that note because I'm not in a bad mood at all. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be like slamming the fucking camera down. So I don't feel like that. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Clips can be edited to make things look worse. It wasn't edited, it was just a stream. It was just... like the stream was sent to us and they were like, go to this point. Or rather, taken out of context. It wasn't taken out of context. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't, and they know it wasn't. They know exactly what they were doing. I don't care about Smelly because I don't care about Smelly. But JJ's been on this weird kind of like crusade against Ramsey, and it feels like he was throwing punches everywhere and he lashed out at lots of different people for doing different things. It just didn't. It wasn't right. I didn't think he was like that. But he has shown repeatedly for a while. He's shown repeatedly that he is actually like that. Which is a shame. And I don't want to talk to him privately about it. I'll talk to him. Didn't Ramsey ban him from his chat? Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, he did. But this is after a lot of this shit has gone on for a long time. You know? There's a lot of shit I could say now, but I don't want to be that. I would rather say it to him than about him. And name names as well, because that's another little thing that they did. We're not naming names. Why not? Half-truths, half-honesties, half-arsed. What do you do with someone who apologises and then takes it back? The currant or EDP Coromandel is one of the few gourmands I like. But that's a stretch. Is it a gourmand? It's got white chocolate in it. The only EDT I've found is Gardenia and Bel Respiro. I've got the vetiver. Talk about rainbows and kittens then. Did anyone smell grey vetiver parfum? I just can't imagine that being great. Is the new Sycamore by Chanel any good? If it's missing that crisp, fizzy citrus vetiver opening, then I'm not interested. Joe John has pristine bottle, but ignores me every time I bring it up. The white chalk note is a bit of a stretch in my opinion. It's super bitchy behaviour, but they should know better. I did not get the white chocolate note in Coromandel. Also got the EDTs of Beige, Gardenia and Sycamore. I'll send you some of my vetiver. Sycamore even. Oh no, you said you've got it? Ugh. Righty-ho, I'm going to go because I'm tired. I'm tired and I need to dehydrate again. It seems silly to go and dehydrate, then come back and say bye. Thank you very much, everyone. I am knackered. And I need to go. So, thank you for those who have donated, if you have. Thank you for those who have liked, if you have. Thank you to everyone who has commented, if you have. And even to those who haven't commented and just have lurked. It has been a pleasure. I feel back to doing 2-hour streams now. Maybe not quite as late at the minute yet, because I mean it's like it's getting to that point where I'm tired, but fuck it. Right, I'm off. Thanks very much, everybody. I will see you all again soon. Good night.